International correspondence on News Talk ZB.
And our US correspondent is Dan Mitchinson. Hiya, Dan.
Hello, Heather.
Dan, how's Joe Biden's visit to Europe been received in the States?
Well, if you were to compare it to a visit that former President Trump made there, it's almost uneventful. I mean, honestly, I think we're just focusing on what's going to happen next week when he meets with Vladimir Putin. I mean, this was his first trip over there, obviously, since he became president. He met with Boris Johnson today. They seem to praise one another, agree to continue the fight against COVID, cybercrime, global warming. Biden presented Boris Johnson, which I thought was kind of funny, with a bicycle as a gift. I think it's kind of hard, though, to really judge at this point in time how the two got along. Some said Johnson was really trying to get Biden to like him, and you know, they are sort of a bit of an odd couple in terms of style, and of course there's a little bit of tension too between the two over Northern Ireland's role in Brexit too. But again, we've got the G7 meeting, we've got the schmoozing with NATO allies, there's a meeting with the Queen where they're going to have tea with her, and then finally that face-to-face I mentioned with President Vladimir Putin. So that, I think, is what we're really going to be keeping our eyes on.
Joe Biden wrote an article about 5 days ago saying that his visit was to reintroduce America to the world and say America is back. Is that how you guys are seeing it in the States? Is that message hitting home?
You know, that's a good question, Heather, because that is the trip. That is the message of this trip, that America's back. But I mean, back from what, some might say. And we're not quite sure. But I guess if I had to take a hunch, it's back to reclaiming our global leadership, maybe putting the Trump era behind us and reaching out to countries like Britain to show that our special relationship is still special. Because I think a lot of European countries, a lot of countries around the world felt very ignored when Donald Trump was in office, because it was all about America first with him, and I think Joe Biden is trying to switch that back around.
Yeah. Hey, interesting though, back home, about a third of Republicans apparently believe that Donald Trump is going to be reinstated by the end of the year. What are they basing this on?
Oh, boy, I wish I knew. I mean, this came out of Politico, and they think he's going to be back by the end of the year in the White House. 22% are saying no way, but this appears to be based on a lot of conspiracy theories. And, of course, you know, the former president told followers, I think it was about a week ago, 5 or 6 days ago, that he would be reinstated as president by August. Now, this is impossible. I don't know why he insists on saying these things. I don't know why supporters believe him. I don't know why people are still talking about the election fraud. And honestly, Heather, I don't much know other than what these followers and supporters of Trump are passionate about, and that is the former president. And no matter what, they will not change their mind that he did not lose their election. So right now, that is the best that I've got for you. I wish I could get into their minds and understand why they are so passionate about this.
Do you think that this ties in with the survey suggesting Americans have trust issues, that it's sort of like, you know, there's just a collapsing trust of government and officials?
Yeah, I think that could be a little bit of it. And I think we've seen a lot of that since the pandemic hit. I mean, we don't trust people. We don't trust the government maybe like we used to. We're struggling. And that poll that you mentioned found that there's nearly 46 million of adults in the U.S. that say really right now they have just one person or even nobody that they can trust for help in their personal lives. And this includes help if they're sick, or they need a lift somewhere, or they need help finding a job, or maybe even if they want to ask a question about a political candidate. And it appears to be greatest among Black and Hispanics, and some say, well, maybe this shouldn't be a surprise because so many of us have suffered from a decline in social interaction in recent years. But I think it's kind of sad because we have these natural disasters and these pandemics, and just like, you know, when you had the earthquake in Christchurch, and we all come together and there's that feeling of unity no matter where you are, and then this sort of goes away and we become more introverted and we don't help our neighbors as much as we did, and we don't rely on the community like we should. But I guess that's the nature of the beast.
All right, Dan, listen, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Dan Mitchinson, enjoy your weekend, our US correspondent.